Greetings, Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyra Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. Today is May 8th, 2019. It's at the end of the day. I've taught 2 Zumba classes. This week is crazy busy for me in terms of dance. And I danced yesterday. I'm like, oh my gosh. I have like 3 or 4 more days of performances ahead of me, but I just wanted to log on because I had talked about in Patreon in the weekly reading about this day, May 8th. I will tell y'all just to kind of let y'all in, but wait a minute. First, let me say greetings to all the new subscribers. Thank you all for joining me here on my YouTube channel. Thank you to all the old heads who return year after year, video after video. I really appreciate y'all and I love y'all. And thank you to all of those of you in the Patreon community for joining me in the inner circle there. Anyone who wants to join me in the Patreon inner circle, you love my content. I have a $5 level and you will get most of what I make first. So feel free to join me, patreon.com/goddessbodymindspirit. I would love to have you there. And the Patreons will, the patrons there in the inner circle will get this video first. So anywho, I want to tell y'all about May 8th. 22 years ago, I was initiated into the mysteries of Oya, called death. My mother died. I was right there with her when she breathed her last breath. I was talking to her. I told her I knew she was tired. She had cancer, had been dealing with cancer for years at that point. 50 years young. And I told her I knew she was tired. The hospice people said she was holding on. She needed somebody to tell her that we were going to be okay. So I told her we're going to all be okay. I went down the list of where everybody was, and Mama breathed her last breath. So I honor my mother today, 22 years later, honor her homegoing. And every year is different, you know. For the most part, I don't really grieve. I have my times when I do. Like at the end of last year, I was grieving a lot, missing my mom. But mostly I do well, you know, working with the ancestors and everything. So it's just, I'm use this time to renew my commitment to living my life like it's golden. So in honor of my mom, my grandmamas, all that, all my ancestors of light. But this Mercury conjunct Uranus, Mercury conjunct Uranus means that Mercury's right there with the planet Uranus. They're like right there together in Taurus and on the same degree. Oh my God. They talk, anything with Uranus is going to bring a surprise. Anything with Uranus is going to bring a surprise. And Uranus and Mercury, they're like, go, 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 go. It's like fast energy, you know, go. This ain't no slow energy. Even though it's in Taurus, it's not slow. And so this morning I got up and I was like, oh my God, my mind is racing. And I thought, okay, Mercury conjunct Uranus. It happens once a year. I was like, okay, let me woosah, slow my brain down, do my meditations. When I find my brain is running, I need to let this thing slow down a little bit. And so I've been struggling with getting up and going to do my workouts. I just don't want to do them. But this morning I felt like, you know what? Let's just get this thing done. First thing, I got up. And what I like to do on my days when I just walk, because I taught tonight, so I didn't need to work out this morning, do my own workout. I decided I was just going to do the walk. This is a part of this new program that I'm doing. So I went and did the walk. I like walking to the gym. The gym is like not even 10 minutes from my house, a 10-minute walk. So I went to the gym because when I get on the treadmill, I can dance. Get on the treadmill. I never notice the TVs. It's Planet Fitness. I never notice the TVs. I don't look at the TVs because typically it's on some news channel. I don't want to see any news. And a lot of times I'll even take my glasses off. So I'll make sure I can't really see too well, see anything, no headlines, nothing. Nobody's staring at me dancing on the treadmill because I dance while I walk. And I forgot to take my glasses off. And so, like I said, this Mercury conjunct Uranus, shocking news, shocking news, shocking communications. So me, who I do not watch the news, I will read the news sometimes, but I try my best not to watch the news. I look up with my glasses on and I see there's a freaking school shooting in Colorado today. Yesterday. It wasn't even today. I just found out about it today. Talk about freaking shocking news. But I will say, anytime it's something like a conjunction, it might be 1 to 2 days before or after that shocking news will come through. So, that shocked my system immediately. I was like so ticked off. And there was other things I saw in the news today. I'm just like pissed and pinging. I'm like, oh my God. Talk about shocking news. I that just really shocked my system. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but it's like, yeah. That was bad. That was bad. So eventually I was like, take your glasses off, girl. Do not look at those screens. Do not look at the news. So just really know, because I'm going to release this tomorrow, the 9th, for those of you who are not in Patreon, just so you can kind of be in tune with this energy while it's live. But there could be shocking news, shocking events that come up. Some of it could be regarding money, since it's in Taurus, or things regarding food and stuff like that. So the other thing is, it's all about surprises. I see Mercury as trickster energy. It's the same as Eshu, Alegba, and Sabet. This is trickster energy. So, I started teaching in a community center in my city recently, and I'm so used to sort of like, I do my best to get a crew and just add to it one by one by one. And I get real comfortable. When new people show up, typically I'm like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? And so I just do my best to try to do such an amazing job and make people feel so welcome that they really want to come back. Well, this one lady shows up tonight. And this is the aspect that I fell asleep on, but Mercury and Uranus have awakened me today on this, where I said, whoa, this new lady that just walked in my class, who she came late, so I didn't get to like really speak to her and find out anything about her. But when you've taught fitness for a while and somebody shows up in your class, especially when you teach Zumba, when somebody's been taking Zumba for a while, or if they teach, you can look and you can just tell. And I felt, well, Mars is in Gemini. And so I was just like, this chick does not want to mess with me. I'm petty. I'm petty like this. I was like, I don't like it when people come to my class. Like, if I go to somebody's class, I'm not trying to outdo them. But I said, this lady, I don't know. I'm just reading something about her energy. And it turns out after class, she's standing around, like, I was like, something's up with her. I don't know what it is. She didn't just pick her stuff up and leave like most people do. Finally, she came and she was like, yeah, I had a baby. And oh, by the way, I'm a Zumba instructor. And I was like, I knew it. I knew it. So that was a little bit of a surprise. It's like no big deal. But still, it's like that Mercury-Uranus feel, because I don't know, if you don't teach fitness, if you teach fitness, you'll know what I'm talking about. When an instructor shows up, it's like A game time. I don't care. That instructor can love me and worship me, but I will do everything. It's like a freaking game. The creator of Zumba can come to my class and I will be on my A game. I'm not going to be intimidated by nobody. But that's a part of teaching that I forgot about. When you go back into the public sector, people will pop in. I've had it with Bar. So that's another thing that's been a little bit of a surprise and a little bit of it was more of like an irk to my system. She probably is nice. I don't know. But I tell everybody, I'm real clear. I'm good with reading energy. I'm really good with reading energy, and I could just read something about her. It was like I had to move where I was standing. And a little confession I would make, not everybody in Patreon knows this, but I had mentioned to some of those who get the weekly reading that I had a little bit of shocking experience. I saw somebody who, and let me explain this. I'm explaining to you all that everything that I share, I live. I have to rise up to the occasion. I have to rise up to the standards. So there was a lady who is a part of an activist group or community, I should say, that I'm a part of. And one time we were having a discussion about something. It was not about this lady, but it was a topic that this lady, I don't know, it triggered her or something. This lady blocked me, and I'm thinking to myself, she really and truly has done me a favor. I don't care. That's fine. You were out of order for what you said, how you treated me. I wasn't talking to you. I don't know why you took it personally. Well, I was like, fine. You know what? That is A-okay. So months later, about 2 weeks ago or so, I went walking, and there was a community thing that happened called, it was all about love. Let me put it that way. Love the community. The community is getting along. We're bringing everybody together in the community, you know, trying to create unity in the community. So she's there. I wasn't expecting to see her. Talk about a Uranus Mercury moment. I was not expecting to see her there. And she walks up to me. She was like, oh, we've never met before. I was like, no. And I'm thinking, I was not expecting to see her today. And she goes on to say something to the effect of, you know, basically, I'm sorry. She was like just sort of like mumbling it, or, you know, it was awkward. So she was trying to get it out in an awkward moment. And she could tell I was totally closed. I was like, okay, thank you. I said, yeah, you know, sometimes things get out of hand on Facebook. And I moved on. I had a wall up, a block, because I was not expecting to see her. And after I left, I just felt my guides being like, really? Is this how we act? If somebody says, I'm sorry, is this how we act? Really? I was like, no. So I told the people in Patreon, in the inner circle, that I was going to actually reach out to that lady and tell her I received her olive branch, even though that day she knew I was not having it. I was not having it. And I don't know what, you know, Uranus makes things happen all of a sudden. There was something that triggered me today. I don't know if I was thinking about something. I don't know. But I was like, I really need to take care of this. I just felt it in my spirit. So I sent her a message and told her, I want her to know I did actually receive her olive branch, and that, you know I didn't seem like I did that day, but I actually do. And that I'm all about peace, love, and harmony. And if I'm going to say that, then I've got to live it. Even when someone who did something to me that was wrong, not really hurtful, but in a way, it was not, I did not like what she did. But she's trying to apologize. I've got to go on ahead and do my part. And so it's interesting too, this week, that full moon that I talked about, I don't remember if I mentioned forgiveness, because my aunt was surrounding that full moon. I knew the new moon. My aunt positive. I know I talked about forgiveness in the weekly reading. And so I'm just now thinking about that. And she was just so gracious or happy to know. And she was like, yeah, I have mental health issues. And I was totally triggered. And what I did was inappropriate to you and should not have happened. Hopefully we can move forward and, build a relationship. I was like, that's cool. So I just wanted to update y'all on my May 8th day. All I can think is, I'll always love my mama. And I hope and pray that I give honor to her name. This is Tyra Omilade. Love y'all. Hope to see you in Patreon. Hope to see you in the next video. Peace.